In this video, I'll summarize the plot of Heart of Darkness in about 4 minutes and give you an analysis of the story. The novel is framed as a story within a story, with Charles Marlow recounting his experiences to a group of sailors aboard a ship anchored on the Thames River. Marlow describes his past journey into the Congo, where he was hired by a European trading company to captain a steamboat up the river. The company's mission is to extract ivory, but Marlow quickly realizes that European colonialism is built on brutality and exploitation. As he prepares for his journey, he hears about Kurtz, an enigmatic and powerful ivory trader deep in the jungle, who has gained an almost godlike status among the natives. Marlow's journey into the Congo exposes him to the horrors of European imperialism. At the outer station, he witnesses enslaved African workers suffering under harsh conditions, overseen by indifferent European agents. The deeper he travels, the more he sees the greed and cruelty that define the company's operations. He also learns that Kurtz, once seen as a model of European ideals, has gone rogue, establishing himself as a ruler in the heart of the jungle. Rumours circulate that he has abandoned all European principles and has embraced savagery. Marlow and his crew continue their slow journey toward Kurtz's station, navigating treacherous waters and thick jungle. Along the way, they are attacked by unseen natives, reinforcing the danger and mystery of their surroundings. As they approach Kurtz's station, they encounter signs of his descent into madness. His followers treat him as a god, and severed heads are displayed on stakes outside his compound. The deeper Marlow goes, the more he realizes that Kurtz represents the dark and unchecked desires of European imperialism. Upon reaching the inner station, Marlow finally meets Kurtz, who is gravely ill but still exerts immense influence over those around him. Kurtz has abandoned all restraint, engaging in violent and ritualistic practices to maintain his power. Despite this, Marlow is both horrified and fascinated by him. He sees Kurtz as the ultimate consequence of European greed and ambition, someone who, given absolute power, has lost all sense of morality. As Kurtz's health deteriorates, he whispers his final words, "The horror, the horror." A cryptic but chilling condemnation of all he has witnessed and done. Marlow takes Kurtz back down the river, but he dies before they reach civilization. Marlow, deeply affected by his journey, returns to Europe, where he struggles to reconcile what he has seen with the comfortable, ignorant society around him. He visits Kurtz's fiancée, who still sees Kurtz as a noble figure, and instead of telling her the truth, he lies saying Kurtz's last words were her name. Marlow's experience leaves him disillusioned, haunted by the darkness he witnessed, not just in the jungle, but in the human soul. One of the central themes of Heart of Darkness is the idea that civilization is merely a thin veneer over humanity's innate brutality. Kurtz's transformation from a respected European trader to a ruthless dictator highlights the potential for darkness within all people. The jungle, distant from European order, allows Kurtz's worst impulses to emerge, suggesting that morality is fragile when stripped of societal constraints. Marlow's journey reveals that the real horror is not the so-called savagery of the natives, but the unchecked greed and cruelty of the so-called civilized men. The novel critiques European imperialism by exposing its hypocrisy. The company justifies its exploitation of Africa under the guise of bringing civilization, but in reality, it only spreads destruction and suffering. The Europeans treat the native population as subhuman, enslaving and killing them for profit. Kurtz, who was once seen as a symbol of European ideals, becomes the clearest example of how imperialism corrupts absolutely. Through Marlow's disillusionment, Conrad challenges the idea that European dominance is morally justified, showing that it is driven by greed rather than enlightenment.